My child, I want to speak to you tonight about the hour that has been visiting you. The quiet hour when the world loosens its grip and your eyes open to the dark. When I wake you at 3 a.m., it is not to torment you. It is not to put you on trial. It is not to strand you in a storm of thoughts. I am summoning you, not punishing you. I am turning timing into direction, invitation into guidance, the ache of night into the compass of morning. I know what the voice in your head says about this waking. It says anxiety is winning. It says you are failing again. It says I have forgotten you and left you to figure it out alone. It is not anxiety winning. It is not you failing. It is not evidence that I have withdrawn. I have heard that voice. I have heard it. But I did not design you for torment, and I did not design the night to be a courtroom. I wove into your humanity a rhythm that lets what is hidden in daylight rise honestly in the dark so I can meet it with you. Tonight, meet me on the page, not in your head where the noise multiplies, but on paper where truth can land and be held in my presence. Keep a 3 a.m. journal within reach, prepared for this holy interruption. What is stirred in the night is often the raw material for morning direction, and when you name it before me, it stops circling and starts aligning. Here is my promise to you. When you stop trying to carry the weight in your thoughts and let it be written, timing becomes direction, the tangle becomes a sentence, the fear becomes a question, the question becomes a step. And I will give you a next step that is paced and peaceful, small enough for obedience and strong enough to move you. Type, I will meet God on the page tonight. Breathe, my child. You are not late. You are not alone. I am here, and I am turning the hour that once haunted you into a doorway you can trust. My child, the voice in your head will rush to meet you faster than you reach for the pen, and it will try to tell you what this hour means before I can. The voice says you are behind. The voice says you are failing again. The voice says you should have figured it out by now, that there is no margin left for slow breaths, no permission left for prayer, no time to waste sleeping when the list is long and the clock is loud. I have heard that voice. I have heard it. But I did not put that narrator in charge of you, and I will not let it write your story in the dark. Your mind, when afraid, will dress panic in spiritual clothes to make it feel holy. It will call worry discernment, as if scanning for danger were the same as listening for wisdom. It will call rumination responsibility, as if rehearsing dread were the same as stewarding what I gave you. Hear me, discernment is not adrenaline. It is a quiet that clarifies. Responsibility is not self-punishment. It is the faithful, proportioned next step. Panic accelerates, my guidance paces, accusation drains. My counsel steadies, guilt hisses, do more. My voice says, come and receive what is needed. I am not accusing you at 3 a.m. I am inviting you. I am not pressuring you. I am guiding you. I am not stacking evidence. I am offering interpretation. This is not a test. This is a table. Sit with me on the page and let me name what is actually happening and what it is for. So here are the rules for tonight. You will not use the journal to attack yourself, not to prosecute your worth, not to diagnose your identity or condemn your heart. You will use it to tell the truth in my presence. What hurts, what confuses, what you fear, what you actually want, and you will let me answer as Father, not as foreman. Write what is true, not what terror is shouting. Write what you know, and then ask what you do not know, and leave space for me to speak peace into the space you make. Type, I reject the false voice. Let me interpret your awakening. Let me name it as a threshold, not a verdict. As guidance forming, not doom arriving. When you refuse the counterfeit narrator and receive mine, the night will quiet, the page will hold, and by morning you will rise with one clear paced step. My child, let me tell you what this hour is and what it is not. The day is loud and it fills the air with demands. The night is honest, and it lets the buried speak. The busyness of daylight covers. The stillness of 3 a.m. reveals. This is not a courtroom. It is a threshold. What crosses it is what requires attention, not to accuse you, but to guide you. There are, most often, 3 streams that converge at this hour, and I want you to learn to notice them without fear. Sometimes it is physical, your body asking for water, for warmth, for a gentler breath, your nervous system finishing a surge, the architecture I designed signaling that something simple needs care. Attend to it. Write 1 line, what your body is saying, so your mind stops inventing disasters where there is only thirst. Sometimes it is emotional, unprocessed grief, anger you swallowed, anticipation that never had a place to be named. Name it. On paper, not to fix it, but to let it be true before me. And sometimes it is spiritual, an invitation, like when my son withdrew while it was still dark, like when I whispered rather than shouted, like the song I give in the night. Receive it, ask what I am drawing your attention to, and wait without forcing. Some nights you will not feel holy, you will feel raw. That is not disqualification, that is material. Be still and know me there. Know me as the one who can hold tears and questions and the body's tremor without panic. Let the page become the room where revelation turns into discernment instead of rumination, where the swirl is sorted and the hour is interpreted. Because 3 a.m. is a threshold, you need a simple liturgy that keeps the doorway from becoming a drain, a sequence on paper that names the truth, exposes the lie feeding the spiral, and asks the question that turns noise into guidance. We will walk it together, and as you do, the night will release you back to rest, and the morning will greet you with 1 clear, paced step. Type 3. A.M. is a threshold, not a threat. My child, if timing is to become direction, then make a landing place before you close your eyes. Do not wait for the dark to ask you to hunt for a pen and a light and a glass. Put the pen where your hand will reach without searching. Lay the journal open to a fresh page. Draw the lines. Date it. Place a gentle, dim light within reach so you are not flooded. Set water beside it so your body does not have to shout to be heard. Remove the friction that makes obedience feel heavy at night. The page you prepare in peace becomes the place I meet you without scramble. Hear me. This practice is not performance. It is not you earning guidance. It is not you trying to manufacture a mystical moment because you are afraid of missing me. It is the offering of attention, the honoring of design, the simple readiness that says, "Speak, and I will listen without running." I designed you for rhythm, not for scramble, for prepared quiet, not for nocturnal scavenger hunts. Draw 2 vertical lines so there are 3 columns. Title the first, What I Feel. Title the second, What I Fear. Title the third, What I Hear You Saying. Structure reduces overwhelm. A simple container stops the swirl from spilling everywhere. In the first column, you will tell the truth of sensation and emotion without judging it. In the second, you will name the lie-fueled forecasts your mind is throwing like sparks. In the third, you will leave space for my voice, sometimes a word, sometimes a sentence, sometimes silence that settles you. You do not have to fill every line. You do not have to be eloquent. I meet honesty, not theatrics. Set your boundaries before sleep. You are not required to journal for an hour. You are allowed 5 unhurried minutes and then a return to rest. 2 lines count. A single sentence counts. If I do not wake you, you have not failed. You have honored rest and readiness. If I do wake you, you will write briefly, you will close the page, you will breathe, and you will sleep again under my keeping. This is not striving. This is surrender with a pen. If this word steadies you, type, I set the page before I sleep. Like, subscribe, and share to help others find morning direction. Support this ministry so weary ones learn that guidance can land gently. Direction comes easier when you prepare a landing place. Set the page, and I will meet you there. My child, when the page is open and the pen is warm in your hand, begin not with thoughts, but with your body, shoulders down. Let them fall from your ears as if setting down a quiet bag. Unclench your jaw. Let your tongue rest soft on the floor of your mouth. Breathe slowly in through your nose, and then let the exhale be longer than the inhale. Again, you are signaling safety to the body I designed, telling it that this is not a fight, not a performance, not a courtroom. When the body is welcomed, the soul will speak more honestly. Now, we will not reach for solutions. We will not fix. We will not sermonize ourselves. The first page is for truth in my presence. Write these lines and complete them without editing. Right now, I feel. Pause and tell the truth in simple words. The strongest emotion in me is. Name it, even if it surprises you. What happened today that I didn't process was. Let the event, the conversation, the look, the silence find its way onto paper. Do not spiritualize your pain to make it palatable. Do not sanitize your anger to make it acceptable. I meet what is true, not what is curated. You may write in fragments. You may write in run-ons. You may write illegibly because your hand is a little shaky. You are not writing a defense. You are opening a window. And hear me clearly. Confessing an emotion is not agreeing with despair. Naming your fear is not kneeling to it. Admitting anger is not sinning with it. Honesty is the doorway where healing walks in, the place where I comfort, clarify, and gently separate what is felt from what is finally true. When you have answered those prompts and your breathing has stayed slow, stop. Close with a short handwritten prayer, no flourish, no performance. God, I offer you the truth I can name. That is enough for this page. Sign it with the date. Close the journal. Breathe again. This is obedience. This is trust. The first page is not for solutions. It is for honest truth in my presence. My child, turn the page. At 3 a.m., the enemy is often not the problem itself. It is the interpretation of the problem. The spiral is powered by a sentence, a verdict whispered in the dark, a narrator that claims authority it does not have. We will name it now because when a lie is named in my presence, it loses leverage. It cannot masquerade as wisdom when it is unmasked as fear. Write these lines and finish them simply. The lie I'm tempted to believe is. Then, this lie sounds like. Give it its actual words, not a summary. Then, this lie makes me feel I must. Name the pressure it puts on your body, the hurry it pours into your chest, the compulsion it demands. Do not argue with it yet. Just put its costume on the page and turn on the light. Hear the common ones and recognize their tone. You are behind. You are alone. If you rest, you will lose. If you don't control it, it will collapse. I have heard these lines bark at my children for generations. I have heard them. They do not come from me. They pretend to be responsible, but they are fueled by fear. They pretend to be urgent, but they are allergic to trust. They say, prove yourself, while I say, receive what I give. They say, hold everything, while I say, I hold you. Now ask the lie where it learned its language. Write, this lie learned to speak when. Maybe it was early conditioning that equated love with performance, a season when scarcity trained your nervous system to scan for loss, a comparison that carved shame into your timeline, an unfinished grief that taught your heart to brace in the night. No condemnation. The body you live in did not fail, it adapted. But what once protected you is not allowed to pasture you. Now we replace, write, in your presence the truth is, and finish it. Speak back with what is finally true. I am not late. I am led. I am not alone. I am accompanied. Rest is not loss. It is provision. I do not sustain the world. You do. Say it out loud if you can. Underline it. Let your breath follow it. This is how agreement shifts, away from fear and into me. Type, I will not agree with the lie. Then close the page for tonight's second step and notice how the room grows quieter when authority returns to truth. My child, now that you have told the truth and unmasked the lie, we turn to the question that converts midnight noise into morning guidance. Hear the difference. Frantic asking is a grasping flood. How do I fix everything right now, forever? And it only multiplies. Hurry. Surrendered asking is a trusting, paced request. What is mine to do? And it makes space for me to give you what fits your hands today. Frantic asking demands a map. Surrendered asking receives a lamp. Frantic asking tries to control outcomes. Surrendered asking welcomes daily bread. On the third page, write the question, not a speech. Keep it simple. Copy these exactly if your mind feels empty and your chest is loud. What are you protecting me from today? What are you inviting me into today? What must I release before the sun rises? These are not slogans, they are keys. They open the door from vague pressure to precise direction, from fear's agenda to my care. When decisions press, ask in the same surrendered shape, what is the next right step, not the whole plan? What is wisdom for my pace today? What conversation needs courage? I will not bury you in 10 steps. I will steady you with one. I did not design you to live by hoarded certainty, but by fresh manna, this day's portion, this day's grace. My counsel is often a lamp to your feet, not a floodlight to the horizon. It gives you a step, and as you take it, more becomes clear. Write one question, circle it, breathe. You have asked rightly. You do not need to wring an answer from the silence. Direction is not manufactured, it is received. Leave room on the page. Lay down the pen if peace begins to rise. In the next moments we will listen on paper without forcing, and you will learn how my voice comes, clear, paced, and kind. Type, I will ask the right question, then be still. I am here and I will turn timing into direction. My child, now we listen on paper. This is not performance, this is reception. You are not here to squeeze an answer out of silence or to impress yourself with holy-sounding lines. You are here to receive what I give and to rest where I am quiet. If nothing comes quickly, write, I don't know yet, and let that be obedience. I do not grade you on eloquence. I meet you in honesty. Breathe, and let the question you circled sit before me like an open hand, not a clenched fist. Here are the guardrails so you can recognize me without forcing it. My voice brings peace that steadies, not panic that floods. Clarity that is simple, not complexity that tangles. Conviction that is precise and kind, not condemnation that smears your name. My voice aligns with love and truth and wise boundaries. It will not ask you to betray who you are in me or to violate your integrity to solve a moment. My guidance has proportion. It fits the day I am giving you. It will not bully you. It will not mock your weakness. It will dignify your pace. Now hear the counterfeits so you can refuse them. Urgency that crackles like a fire alarm is not me. I lead. I do not stampede. Instructions that shame you into motion. Do it because you are worthless unless you do, are not me. I correct without erasing you. Grandiosity that inflates you into savior, you alone can fix it all tonight, is not me. I am the savior, and I call you into team and timing. Isolation that forbids counsel or daylight testing is not me. Wisdom welcomes light and trusted voices. On the page, keep it small and grounded. 3 short lines only, and stop when they are written. I sense. 1 sentence naming the impression. the nudge, the word, or picture. I believe. One sentence testing it against truth. Does this align with love, with scripture I have sown in you, with wise boundaries? I will. One sentence choosing a paced step you can actually take tomorrow. If no step is clear, right, I will wait in peace, because waiting with me is also a step. Then pray in a whisper, God, make your voice louder than my fear, and let your shoulders fall as you say it. You do not force direction, you practice receiving it with peace, with clarity, with grounded next steps. Write small, receive gently, close the page when the quiet deepens. I am here, I am here. Type, God, make your voice louder than my fear, then sleep under my keeping. My child, now we seal the night. Your mind is a faithful rehearsal hall. It loops what is left unresolved. It runs the last line it heard until morning. If the last line is fear, fear will be the chorus. If the last line is truth, truth will sing you back to rest. This is why sealing matters. A declaration is not pretend. It is not denial. It is not you muscling positivity. It is the closing sentence that tells your nervous system the page is finished for tonight, that authority has returned to truth, that the loop is complete. You write it and you speak it, because your body and your mind and your spirit learn from repeated words in my presence. So write these now and speak them slowly, once on the exhale, once as a whisper, once with your ordinary voice. I am not behind. I am being led. I will do what is mine and release what is not. God orders my steps. Let them be simple. Let them be final. Do not add a speech. Do not negotiate with dread. Do not open new files. You are sealing, not spiraling. Hear my reassurance as the ink dries. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are not disqualified. I have heard the voice that said otherwise. I have heard it, and I overrule it here. Over your calendar I speak pace. Over your past I speak mercy. Over your tomorrow I speak provision sized for the day I am giving you. Now sign the date beneath your declaration as a witness to what is true. Close the journal, place your hand on your chest, and breathe out the last of the hurry. Pray, let this be the script my mind repeats, and give me the hour back. This is not escape. This is trust. This is not avoidance. This is agreement. You have met me on the page. Now let me keep you as you sleep. I am here. I am here. Type, divine timing becomes morning direction. And if you love someone who wakes at night under a storm of thoughts, share this with them so their hour can become a doorway too. Now return to rest. I will meet you in the morning with a paced, peaceful step. My child, now return to rest. The journal is not a new job. It is a place to set down the job you cannot do in the dark. You have handed me what you cannot solve at 3 a.m., and that handing is faith. Sleep, then, is not avoidance, it is agreement. It is not irresponsibility, it is obedience to the design I wove into you. I am awake, so you do not have to be. I keep watch, so you may close your eyes. Let the closed cover of the journal be a small altar beside your bed, a sign that the conversation is sealed for tonight and that your keeping is in my hands. Let your body hear this permission. Place the journal down and rest your palm on it for a breath, then release it and turn your hand, open, on your chest. Unclench your jaw, soften your brow, let your shoulders fall from your ears. Inhale slowly to the count of 4, pause for 2, and exhale to the count of 6. Again and again, longer on the out-breath, like letting air out of a sail until the boat stills. Feel the weight of your legs in the bed. Feel the mattress hold what you are not holding. Say in a whisper, I am being kept, and let your breathing echo the sentence. You are allowed to stop. You are allowed to be held. You are allowed to not resolve everything tonight. The peace I give you now will not come from a spreadsheet solving itself or a plan appearing in neon. It will come as a steadiness your mind cannot explain, yet your body can feel, a pulse that slows, a belly that untwists, a chest that loosens. This is the peace that passes understanding, not as a phrase to admire, but as a lived settling in my care. Receive it. Do not argue with it because your list is long. Rest is not a reward for finishing. It is the rhythm by which I finish things in you. If a thought returns, do not reopen the file. Repeat your declaration once, return to the breath, and let the last line of truth do its work. The page is closed. So is the courtroom. I am not putting you on trial in the night. I am holding you like a child in a storm until the wind forgets your name. In the morning, you will not chase the swirl you left behind. You will read your 3 a.m. lines in daylight and choose one obedient step, not 10. One that fits the day I am giving you. The night's page will become a small compass on your table, and I will walk with you at a paced, peaceful gait. For now, sleep. I am here. I am here. Type. I return to rest in trust. Then let the light go dark, and let me keep you until morning. My child, now it is morning. Open the journal in daylight. Sit where your breath is steady and the table is honest. Read the 3 a.m. pages slowly, not to re-enter the swirl, but to receive the sift. Underline one phrase that carries peace or clarity, a line that quiets your chest when your eyes land on it. Circle one fear that still tries to speak with authority, a sentence that tightens your breathing or rushes your pace. Do not collect 10 underlines. Do not juggle a gallery of fears. One phrase, one fear. Simplicity is how direction lands. Now convert insight into action. From the underlined line, ask, what is the one obedient step this line points to today? Keep it small enough to do and strong enough to matter. It may be a call you have avoided, a boundary you must state kindly, a single task that unlocks 3 others, an apology that mends tension, or real rest that interrupts the grind. Choose one. Write it beneath the underline. Today I will. Then put it in the calendar. Put it in the calendar. Put it in the calendar. Choose a time. Name the place. Prepare what helps. Number found, email drafted, shoes by the door, water filled. Protect the window the way you would a necessary appointment, because it is. Understand this difference so you do not stumble. I give direction, not always prediction. I guide steps. I do not always hand you a full timeline. I am a lamp to your feet, not a billboard to your decade. Faithfulness over foresight. Obedience over omniscience. Take the step you have. More light will meet you on the path. Guard your soul from productivity hijack. The journal is not another metric to prove your worth. It is not points, streaks, or a leaderboard. It is guidance for pace, for priorities, for peace. If the step today is rest, schedule it without apology. If the step is conversation, do not add 5 more to feel impressive. One step is obedience, and obedience is enough. Stand now and go into your day led, not chased, paced, not pushed, clear, not clenched. I am with you in the step you take. Type one obedient step and then take it. I am here. I am here.